Yes, it's that time of year again, the time when we're reminded how florists are even still in business, when people gift chocolate to one another, as if consumable goods weren't an unsuitable gift just 2 months ago for Christmas because it makes you look cheap. Yes, it's the time of year when love is in the air. Well, something's in the air at least, I'm just gonna assume it's love. Valentine's Day. A rough day for many, as roughly 50% of Americans are single and 50% of married couples are doomed to fail. Apparently, we Americans are really great at half-assing things. And so, given that it's a very emotional time of year, single or not, I wanted to delve into the very idea of love and what lessons we can take away from the middle and its arguably best Valentine's Day episode. In case you're new here, I've designated this the Year of the Middle. I'll be putting out a number of video essays on the show as it is one of my personal favorites and I don't see nearly enough people talking about it despite its very successful run of 9 seasons. Similar to shows like Bob's Burgers, The Middle is a great show that tackles the little wins in life and it gives us relatable characters who have a hard choice to make in each episode, but in the end usually choose to do the right thing. And when it comes to love, knowing what the right thing to do is never easy. However, I think The Middle's 4th Valentine's Day episode provides a fairly simple answer in a very unique way. So let's dive into it together. The Middle has lots of different types of episodes, but one that it does often and does very well is having a number of separate story threads that all come together in the end. And this episode has some hilarious as well as sad stories taking place all at the same time that build up to an emotional and satisfying ending. Let's start things off with Mike, the head of the household.
Hey Mike, your kids have the crazy idea that in the hierarchy of this house, you're in charge.
Okay.
Mike has always been an emotionally unavailable husband and father. He's always kicking the ball down to Frankie to have her deal with the innumerable family struggles and drama because he was simply raised to shove those feelings down. And his father constantly makes fun of him for showing any sentiment at all, which only further ingrains this behavior from our gentle giant.
Tell me at the desk, you broke your hip 3 weeks ago? Why the hell didn't you call me?
You fix hips?
Now, he loves his family and he loves his wife, but he struggles with showing it throughout the show time and time again. However, this episode intends to shine a light on this issue and in a way resolve it by having his arc start with him sending a simple text to his wife, telling her what she means to him for a cute Valentine's Day message. However, this plan quickly backfires when he realizes he didn't text it to Frankie, he texted it to Jim, one of his employees.
I know I never say it, but you're very special to me. You're special to me too, Jim. Jim. Hey, listen, about that text.
Yeah, I was kind of wanting to talk to you about it too.
No, we don't have to do that. See, in fact, that text was
The nicest thing anybody's ever done.
And Jim's reaction is a catalyst to a whole host of issues where his other employees are starting to seek out gratification, where Mike was just simply trying to pacify Jim and the situation in the first place. And so when it all blows out of proportion, Mike lets loose his real intentions behind the text, which leads to the real problem beneath the surface, his inability to convey his feelings and love for his wife.
He gets a text. I get a text.
Hey. The text wasn't even meant for Jim, okay? You're supposed to go to my wife for Valentine's Day.
That's what you texted your wife for V-Day? She's your lady. You gotta tell her you love her, man.
They of course get into Mike's head and make him contemplate what he can do for his wife to show her his love, leading to a nice and simple ending for Mike's arc with him bringing home some flowers.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you. Oh, they're beautiful.
Well, the guys at the quarry had some weirdly strong opinions about what I should do for you for Valentine's Day.
Oh, well, tell them thanks for me.
I know I don't say it enough, but, you know.
Uh-huh. I do. So, talk to the guys at work about me.
Sometimes.
And while Mike still isn't able to tell Frankie how he really feels or what she means to him, the message still gets through because they get each other. Mike is a man of action, he's a doer, and this simple action speaks volumes. I just love this cozy, heartwarming ending. It's a short but great story thread for the episode, and it ties in with the others a lot better than you'd think, but we'll get to that. While Mike is on one end of being emotionally unavailable, we find that Brick feels disappointed and hurt being on the other end, the receiving end, however with Frankie instead of Mike. Brick has always been the forgotten third child, the one who always gets the short end of the stick because his parents are too worried about his older siblings and their more complicated affairs. But as we've seen him grow, especially over the third and fourth seasons, there's been special note made that he's finally getting sick of being and Brick.
Whenever you write a card, you sign it Mike, Frankie, Axel, Sue, and Brick. I'm sick of being and Brick.
I hate being the oldest.
Well, it's better than being in the middle where nobody notices you.
I've been eating old candy canes for breakfast every day this week. You want to be unnoticed? Try being and Brick.
He's starting to hate the way he's treated, that is when he doesn't have his nose buried in some book, and so after realizing his mother threw away his Valentine's gift for her, he sets out on a simple task of getting an old project of his, any old artwork or handmade gift, from his mother, who should have at least one in storage. Of course, Frankie doesn't, and Brick, only seeing injustice, is not having it.
I see. So it's all gone. Nothing on my maiden impression. Interesting. Because I distinctly remember a ceramic sponge caddy that said, I hate housework. I'm sorry, do you like housework? Because I think that would be something you would keep.
Brick has become more bitter and petty, and as entertainment goes, it's hilarious, but it's also a cry for help, which takes Frankie some time to realize.
I didn't throw everything of yours away. I saved the important stuff.
Oh, where is it?
Put away in boxes.
Can I see it? The years have gone by so fast, I'd like to reminisce. Reminisce.
Of course, in the end, she apologizes with a heartfelt letter, and Brick understandably reads it, enjoys it, and throws it away, just as he was told to do by her.
But here's the thing. This is the mom you got. I'm not perfect. I'm flawed, pretty darn flawed. But I hope you'll read this and always remember that on Valentine's Day 2013, your mom wanted you to know how much she loves you. Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie. All my love forever, Mom.
It's a cute ending and certainly a funny one, but I wouldn't say it's exactly satisfying. However, after careful consideration, I think there's an entire new level that this episode is hinting at, which elevates not only this ending for Brick, the forgotten son, but also Mike, the emotionally unavailable husband. And at the middle of it is our frantic, disorganized mom, Frankie Heck. Frankie's arc is not anything spectacular here. In fact, she really isn't all that involved in the episode, save for a few scenes, but I love the slight connection used with her realizing that Brick feels the same way she does with her husband. And so while it's not outright stated, I would like to think that Frankie is a little bit more forgiving of Mike in the end because of this realization, and she tries a bit harder with Brick because she can sympathize with him. Because, I mean, in her heart, she really does want to be the best mom that she can be.
I can't believe I threw away all my son's stuff. Seriously, what kind of a mother am I?
According to Brick School, not actively involved.
Well, they're right, Mike. I'm a terrible, terrible mother.
So, while we do have these three separate points of view in this episode, I would argue that Frankie's connecting line helps to make these story threads the parts to the whole of the B-plot, that plot being centered on characters who are emotionally distant. So with that said, let's dive into the A-plot, which includes Axel and Sue. Axel is easily the dumbest member of the Heck family. This has been shown and proven time and time again. However, as dumb as he is, you have to give it to him that he is resourceful and business-minded. Both in lazy ways, mind you, but even Bill Gates has testified to the strength of lazy people finding the quickest and most efficient ways to accomplishing a given task. And in this episode, Axel shows this strength as he and the rest of Bosco figure out that high school boys would find value in a breakup service where he and his two best friends, Sean and Darren, will end the relationship for their customers. Bosco has identified an opening in the market, and they pounce on it like the eager young businessmen that they are. And here's the crazy part, it actually works. It works so well, in fact, that we even get a scene reminiscent of The Sandlot where we get Frankie narrating the overnight success of the business venture, and let me tell you, it does not disappoint. However, every hot streak is destined to be followed with a cold dead end, and so despite this success, the gradual wear and tear on their hearts and souls begins to take its toll, and they find themselves despondent and heartbroken themselves. But before we get into that ending, let's jump over to the last remaining Heck family member, who is also going through a little heartache herself. For the most part, Sue has had a pretty good year up to this point. She's grown a bit closer to her big brother as well as her parents, and in the last episode, episode 14, The Smile, she had a pretty good arc of turning her grouchy teacher around in the ways of optimism and smiling. And while this year's Valentine's Day looks to be a disappointing one now that she is once again single, Sue displays her ever-present, unwavering optimism early on in the episode.
Hey Dad, I know you're probably wondering what I'm doing for Valentine's Day. I don't exactly have a date, and that could really bum me out because last year was so great because I had Matt and everything.
Your mom's in the kitchen.
She told me you guys were in here. Anyway, the school is having a dance, and I signed up to be on the cleanup committee.
And this short scene gives us a lot to go on. It revisits Sue's romance from last year with Matt, who dumped her after moving away and finding someone else. It sets up the continuing strain within her relationship with Axel, who can't show her any positive or consoling feelings at all. And it displays Sue's persistent optimism in the ways of love. Sue is always putting her heart on the line and putting herself out there, which we'll come to find is actually extremely important in this episode.
I've got a date to the dance! Oh, I'm not gonna be a loser after all. Oh my God, I'm so relieved I can barely breathe.
So what happened?
Well, I just got off the phone with Matt. Turns out he broke up with Sherry. I knew it wouldn't last. And he realized he missed me and loved me and couldn't live without me. And he asked if he could have the honor of taking me to the Valentine's dance.
That's right, soon after explaining her plans for V-Day, they are uplifted even further with her being asked to the Valentine's Day dance with her ex Matt, who recently broke up with the very same girl that he left her for last year. But as we find in life, the road to true love is filled with ups and downs, and whenever plans feel certain and good, a wrench will soon be thrown in to wreck it all. And this is where our characters in the A-plot are challenged and given the opportunity to answer the call. And here comes our unlikely hero, the one character who is arguably dumber than even Axel, Darren. And Darren shares an unwavering optimism with Sue as well as a huge and kind heart. And so when Matt once again calls to break up with Sue over the phone, it's Darren who steps up.
Hi, Sue. This is Matt. Listen, Sue, I can't take you to the dance because Sherry and I got back together. So, hope you're good. Again, not taking you to the dance. Sorry.
Wow. Dude, you gotta tell her. Well, I can't tell her. She's my sister. What if she cries or something? I can't comfort her. I think it's illegal. Don't look at me. I'm spent. I don't have another breakup in me.
Fine, I'll do it. What's one more girl who doesn't like me?
Even Axel is distant in his feelings, similar to his father. He is unable or unwilling to give Sue the news, and so Darren sees his chance, an opening to tell Sue his true feelings weighing down on his heart.
Matt's back together with Sherry. He's a major jerk, and he's not coming to Orson to take you to the dance.
What?
Please don't make me say it again. You don't have to walk in alone. I can take you.
What? Thanks, but you don't want to do that. I know seniors don't go to the lame Valentine's dance.
No, I want to.
And so our awkward couple attends the dance, Sue following and happy to simply not be alone and appreciative to be with a man whose heart is as big as her own. Now, of course, things are awkward at first, as any young budding romance is and should be, but Darren continues to lead the way, taking that leap of faith, that step towards love, and Sue follows his lead like any good dance partner. Meanwhile, Axel and Sean are reeling in agony and heartache and seek retribution in their own way by trying to reunite couples they broke up in the first place, only for it to completely backfire on them.
So, listen, here's the thing. You and Wade seem really good together, so maybe if you guys just talked.
Beat it, jerkwads. Haven't you done enough? Ignore them, Paige.
No, we're not like that anymore. We want to help now.
Sure you do. Because if you get us back together, then you can break us up again and make even more money.
Normally that would be very sound business practice, but I promise you that's not what we're trying to do.
We just want to undo all we did and make you guys happy.
You want to make me happy? Let me punch your stupid face.
You're the chaperones here.
So there you have it, our winners and losers of the episode being broken out in a simple fashion and thus giving us our unifying lesson for the day. And this is what makes this episode stand out so completely for me amongst the other Valentine's Day episodes. That our winners are those who decided to take the chance and take that leap of faith towards love, knowing fully well that it opens up the chance for heartbreak once more. The unifying theme of this episode is that yes, keeping love at an arm's length is a safe and secure way to protect your heart from breaking, but it's also a surefire way to see that it never grows and experiences the ups and downs of life. Because yeah, the downs can sure as heck suck, but you know what? Without them, there's no appreciation for the ups that are sure as heck on their way. It's hard to get a broken heart when we keep ourselves far removed from the chance, when we take ourselves out of the equation for love, but the winners in this episode are the ones who took that step and said, what the hey anyways. I hope you enjoyed this video and my take on the episode, and I hope you decide this year to take that leap of faith and experience the wonders of life ahead. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with a friend, as that is what helps the channel out the most here. I've got tons of other videos here, from ranking videos and book reviews to comedy sketches and more deep dive video essays. I hope you decide to give them the chance and check them out when you can find the time. I hope you all have a lovely Valentine's Day, and if any of you out there are currently struggling, whether that be with love or something else entirely, I just hope that you can understand and remember that good things are on their way. Thanks for watching. I will see you all next time.